Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin Mahoney. I'm the director of the Lackawanna College Police Academy. I would like to thank you for being here to celebrate the graduation of Cadet Class 256. I would like to specifically thank the families and friends of our cadets for their unwavering support and encouragement as they progress through our program. The Academy training program is rigorous physically, mentally, and emotionally, and requires sacrifices not only by cadets, but also by their loved ones. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this evening. Before we begin our ceremony, I'd like to introduce our staff members who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure this program is the finest in the Commonwealth. From application to graduation, they all played an integral part in the success of this program. Our Assistant Director of Academy Operations is Jerry DeSoy. Jerry is a retired Chief of Police for Wilkes-Barre and has been with the program for over 2 years. Jerry has over 36 years as a law enforcement professional. Paul Bowman is our Administrative Assistant and Academy Instructor, a former Chief of Police and an active police officer for over 28 years. Our newest addition is Lisa Sinek to our administrative staff, and she has already proven herself to be an invaluable member of our Academy team. I would also like to recognize Beth Thompson, our admissions advisor, and her predecessor, Denise Boyle. The admissions and testing program for applicants is long and has a lot of moving parts, but is essential in developing our cadet classes. I retired last June after 25 years with the Pennsylvania State Police, and after enjoying a full 8 days of retirement, I joined the Academy as an assistant director. For a quarter of a century, I worked alongside numerous graduates of this program, including municipal officers, county detectives, and state troopers. The Lackawanna College Police Academy has always had an excellent reputation, and I was excited to join the team. I would especially like to thank our Academy instructors, some of who are here tonight. I'd ask them to stand, but they never do. We have an extensive roster of both active and retired law enforcement professionals from a variety of local, state, and federal agencies. Each one brings a level of experience and expertise that makes this program second to none. I'd like to personally thank all of you for your dedication and service to the Academy. I would also like to thank and recognize all of the Academy directors that came before me. Will Oliphant is a former Academy director, and he is here tonight, and he also assisted with our graduation practice. We will continue to build upon that solid foundation into the future and prepare our cadets for a long and successful career in law enforcement. Finally, I would like to thank Bill Shane, Director of the Lackawanna College Continuing Education Department, and Dr. Jill Murray, President of Lackawanna College, for their unwavering support of our Academy program. We also have some very special guests tonight who will be presenting and participating in our program. Dominic DeNaples is a representative of the Lackawanna College Board of Trustees and a longtime supporter of our police academy. Mr. DeNaples, a veteran of the U.S. Army, will be conducting the final inspection of Class 256 later in the program. Dennis DiAugustino is the pastor of the Steamtown Church in Scranton, as well as the chaplain for the Scranton Police Department and the Pennsylvania State Police Troop P. Wilkes-Barre. Dennis also presents a program to our cadets on values and ethical decision-making. Our guest speaker for tonight is Pennsylvania State Police Captain Peter Gutowski, who has had a long and highly diverse career in law enforcement and is currently the commanding officer of Troop R. Dunmore and my former boss. Representing the never forgotten motorcycle ride is retired Scranton Police Sergeant Michael Camarada. As is the tradition for our graduation ceremonies, representatives from our current cadet classes are here to support our graduating class. I would now ask that Class 257 please enter the auditorium and be seated. I would now ask that all guests please stand and join me in welcoming the graduates of Academy Class 256, led by Academy instructor and United States Marine veteran Jeffrey Hughes, along with Dick McLean on the bagpipes. I ask that you please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. Instructor Hughes, please direct Class Captain Travis Minning to begin the go ahead, I'm sorry, bring him down.
Forward! March!
Instructor Hughes, please direct Class Captain Travis Minning to begin the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right, quick! Present arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. Quick!
At this time, I'd like to invite Chaplain Dennis DeAugustino to present the invocation.
Please join me for a word of prayer. God, you are our creator and you rule over everything. Please be with these cadets who are graduating from the Police Academy tonight, class number 256. Lord, I pray for Vladimir Benilla, Joseph Delaney, Nicole Deleets, Cody Finelli, Adam Fulkerson, Noah Marks, Mark Menepace, Travis Minig, Thane Mutler, Robinson Pena, Jason Price, Dustin Sable, Amanda Segara, and David Tohill. Lord, I pray for safety, that you, God, would take care of them and take care of their families. Keep them, protect them, sustain them. In the tradition of the Academy, Lord, we dedicate their training and their graduation to fallen Pennsylvania State Trooper Martin Francis Mack III, end of watch, Monday, March 21st, 2002. Lord, I pray for his family, for Stephanie, and their 2 children. Lord, be near. I also pray for the cadets for strength, courage, resolve, integrity, honor, and character. And finally, Lord, I want to take a moment on behalf of these graduates to thank you for their journey so far, to thank you for all of their family, and to entrust to you whatever is next. Lord, thank you for being an amazing Savior. It's all for your honor and glory and by your grace tonight. And it's in your name we ask this. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. God bless you, class.
Please be seated. Class 256 will now undergo their final inspection as a class. The Lackawanna College Police Academy is a paramilitary organization, just as police departments are paramilitary organizations. Cadets are taught to follow strict rules and regulations, to act in a courteous and professional manner at all times, maintain close attention to detail, and at all times present themselves in a manner that reflects a positive and professional image of our academy. The final inspection we conducted by Dominic DeNaples and Instructor Hughes.
Director Mahoney, I now return to you Class 256. This class is well and duly prepared.
Instructor Hughes, please have the class proceed to their seats on the stage. We will now hear from Mr. DeNaples, who will share a few words for our graduating class.
Thank you, Director. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for your attendance. This gathering here tonight for this purpose again demonstrates Lackawanna College's commitment to higher learning, culture, and to getting people job ready here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Lackawanna College is not new in this teaching business. We have been conferring degrees and educating for a period spanning over 3 centuries. We began way back in the 1800s, all through the 1900s, and now well into the 2000s. We survived 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and several other political and economic crises. And tonight, honor, distinction, and pride has come to visit us one more time. Tonight, the honors and the distinction rest with this class 256. The pride as always will remain here in the Academy, and more especially with all of you, the families of the graduates. More especially because you are the people who helped with the tuition, the babysitting, the transportation. You are also the people who gave them the encouragement and that little extra push to carry on when the road here at the Academy may have gotten a little bit bumpy. And yes, folks, the road is bumpy. The hill is steep and it's curvy. The way is very challenging and somewhat difficult. However, those 14 cadets know that this is the small price that must be paid and the sacrifice that must be made in exchange for all of this, the opportunity to be here today. Let's talk a little bit about being here today. Those 14 cadets are not here today solely because of their choice. They're not here because they looked at the program and said, this is interesting. I think I'll like it. The price is right. Good deal. No, it doesn't work that way. We get many applications. Only certain few are selected. Now, class, the certification that you receive here tonight does not come alone. It brings with it certain additional responsibilities on your part. All of a sudden, you're going to become somewhat of a role model. You're going to be looked up to by your friends, your neighbors, your family, and more especially the youth and the children you come in contact with. The bar is now lifted on your personal behavior, and you must conduct yourselves accordingly. You must lead and you must teach by example. Class, you were well trained and you are well prepared. And you scrubbed up nice and clean and shined up and smartened up, and you look pretty good, pretty darn good tonight. What do you think, folks? Do they look good? I think they look great. However, the one single unanswered question, how will they serve? How will they protect the dignity and the integrity of the badge of a police officer? How will they keep it clean, pristine, and free from tarnish and blemish? How will they serve? Class, how will you serve? I have the answer. During the final inspection tonight, I walk through the ranks and I visit each and every one of them. And doing so, I look into the eyes and the faces of each and every one. What am I looking at? What do I see? I do not see doubt, confusion, uncertainties. I see hope, promise, confidence. I see that eagerness and willingness to learn, to discover, and go forward in life. And life, as we all know, is one constant and continuous learning experience. A young mind, enriched, enlarged, expanded with all the values and virtues that this certification brings, can never and will never shrink or return to its former size, because skill, talent, knowledge are absolutely no burden to carry. Now, when we separate and leave here today, you'll be crossing a threshold into a new era. Some of you have jobs to go to, others will be seeking employment. You need to be the very, very best at whatever you endeavor into. So, set your sights high. Point your arrows upwards, skywards, and do not be afraid to take that chance. For the biggest loss will be taking no chance. Learn to apply the extra effort. Why extra effort? Because the ordinary effort does not always work. What is extra effort? Extra effort lies within. It's in your gut, it's in your mind, it's in your backbone. Extra effort is that eagerness and willingness to learn, discover, and go forward, and the absolute refusal to quit or give up. All good things begin with a vision. Each and every one of you have some kind of a vision. What you have to do is reach inside of yourselves, get a hold of it, shake it loose, and put it to work. Let's look at reality. Look at that real world out there today. Out in that real world today, it's the person who applies himself, the one who digs in, perseveres, and lasts the very longest. It is not always the brightest bulb that survives and becomes successful. The human body and the human mind will perform far, far beyond your expectations, but only if you challenge them. Do not underestimate yourselves. Do not doubt yourselves. You can do it. Today, you will add to yourselves one new dimension of character. You will add to yourselves an indelible mark of distinction that will remain with you. And here today, and at this level, you will graduate from the absolute finest and most challenging police academy in this Commonwealth. As it now becomes your turn to maintain, add to, and build upon that long legacy that law enforcement has had throughout the years. This great reputation is a result of those who have served before you. People like some of your presenters here tonight, your cadre of instructors, which are second to none. By the way, read your program, and all of your instructors are listed by name. And further note that they come from all walks of life and every avenue and aspect of law enforcement, and each and every one of them are experts and specialists in their own focused area of expertise. And they're here for a few reasons. Well, they're not here for the money, because around here, anything over minimum wage is overpayment. That remark was intended to draw a little bit of laughter. Okay. Let me tell you why they're here. They're here because they understand the need for good law enforcement. They're here because they know that everything necessary to be a good police officer cannot be found online or in the textbook. They're here because they want to teach you, impart onto you, give to you all that they have learned, accomplished, and experienced throughout their careers, And for that, one more time, let us say thank you to our instructors. Thank you, instructors. Okay, you're certified, you're going to work, you get up in the morning, you don the uniform of the day, which consists of handcuffs, handguns, no hand grenades, that was the old job, okay? Communicating devices, protective clothing. Tonight, the old man with the bald head and the gray hair wants to give you a few more items to put in that tool chest. And the items I'm about to give you, you must always have with you and never leave behind. Number one, your physical endurance. Maintain your physical endurance. Number two, likewise, maintain your mental endurance accompanied with the ability to evaluate a situation and react promptly, correctly, and prudently. Number three is courage. Must always maintain your courage. And finally, probably the most important of all, is good old-fashioned common sense. You're going to have to know how to and when to policemanize a situation, and you're also going to have to know how to and when to humanize a situation. And I'm sure those traits will be honed sharply with experience. Up until now and very recently, a municipal police officer's job consisted of traffic control, traffic violations, burglary, arsons, domestic disputes, chasing Johnny down the alley after he robbed a few donuts off the donut wagon. And let me tell you, that little Johnny runs faster than any cop I ever knew. Figure that one out. Today, in addition to all of that, we have internet predators. We have cyber optic piracy. We have theft by deception, let alone the controlled substances, narcotics, and drugs. A lot of them made in backyard barns and alleys and don't even have names yet. Where am I going? What's my message? My message is higher learning. You're going to have to take advantage of all the classes, all the seminars, and all the continuing workshops that will become available to you, because simply put, the crooks are getting smarter and smarter, and we need to stay a step ahead of them. Class, you are now a product of Lackawanna College's Police Academy, and you will always wear our label. Going forward in life, you must position yourselves and posture yourselves so that we here at Lackawanna can always be as proud as you as we are today. May God bless you. May God bless and guide our United States of America, and may He watch over you throughout your entire career. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All of our cadet classes have a designated chain of command. The chain of command is selected by the Academy Director and Assistant Director with input from our instructors. Having a clear chain of command introduces cadets to the organizational structure of many police departments. I am pleased to introduce the chain of command for Class 256. Please stand when I announce your name. Class Captain Travis Minnick, Class Lieutenant Mark Menapace, and Class Sergeant Amanda Segarra. Have a seat, except for you, Captain Minnick, because you are now going to address the class and the audience.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Academy staff, friends and family, and distinguished guests. I first want to start off mentioning the families. I know the long hours of class, late nights of driving, shooting, or community service can put a strain on you all. Every one of us wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for you all holding down the home front. Your actions never go unappreciated, so please, everyone give the families an applause. Throughout the program, we as a class were fortunate enough to learn from instructors with centuries worth of combined experience. Instructors that know almost everything, except for what retirement means. From Mr. DeSoy and Mr. Bowman in administration, Mr. Brown and Mr. Monaco in defensive tactics, from Mr. Schoner with his vast knowledge of law, to Mr. Oliphant's firm but fair teaching style, Mr. Sirkin, McCarthy, and Mr. Nail in firearms, Mr. D'Annunzio and Petroselli in PT. The knowledge we learned from you all will be demonstrated every day and passed to the future that we will have the privilege to teach one day. You all deserve the recognition for your time and effort. Thank you. A special recognition for Class 256 main instructor, Mr. Yuskevich. Mr. Yuskevich spent most of his time with our class. What makes his efforts so valuable is that he would work all night, then come in and teach a class all day. And it wasn't just sitting there clicking through the material. He would interact, share stories, actually make sure we understood what was being taught. Your conduct was always above reproach. The class is a direct reflection of you. So from the entire class, thank you, sir. I mentioned direct reflection. I can see you're sweating now. Director, Mr. Mahoney, thank you for everything you have done for us. We're your first class, and it looks like we'll be your only class. So I guess we set the standard that won't ever be beat. Congratulations on your promotion, sir. Now a little bit about the class. Our class started on November 3rd. Some of us knew each other prior to the academy, but for most we were complete strangers, all looking for the same end goal, to become police officers. Quickly getting to know each other, I realized that we had a very unique class. Our class ranged from 19 years old to 35. We had single mothers, single fathers, business owners, firefighters, college graduates, Navy, Army, National Guard, and Marines. We had all different walks of life now together, and time after time throughout training, those individual life experiences helped each other get through the task given and overall allowed us to grow. I was told this nearly a decade ago as a little lance corporal. I was told regardless if you like someone or not, you could always learn from them. You can always take something away from their behavior or leadership traits. If you like what they do, then take away a positive and apply it to how yourself leads. And if you don't, then take away on what not to do. I can honestly say I took away something positive for each and every one of the class members, and keeping it brief, I'd like to go through them. Vlad, I learned from you that you could only fail when you don't stand back up. Delaney, you have to be excited for the little things. Delise, you showed me and everyone in the class that size does not matter. Finelli, you can never be too prepared for something. Fulkerson, you taught me everything I could write off on taxes, none that I'll do. You reinforced the qualities, what it means to be a great friend. Marks, you showed me that sometimes the best thing to say is nothing at all. Lieutenant Menapace, you showed me that something I was letting go since leaving the Marines, and that standards are set for a reason, and there's no reason why you're not reaching them, so thank you. Muther, I learned to bring paper bags for you with you when sitting in the back seat for when you throw up. You showed the importance of studying and knowledge. Pena, I learned that education never stops. Price, I learned a million ways of laugh being around you, and you could always laugh to get through the harder times. Sable, you showed me that whatever you're doing, there's military gear you could bring to help out. Sergeant Segura, no matter what you're going through, you always push through the fight. Delhill, I learned nothing from you, especially in Mod 1. The way we were able to joke with each other, I'm truly gonna miss. Class, we sweated together in PT, bled together in DT, helped each other in firearms, studying, and every other step of the way. Once strangers thrown together, we became a family by the end of it. I stand up here humbled that I was able to be your class captain and look forward to joining our new family together, the Thin Blue Line family. Thank you, Semper Fidelis.
Very good speech, Captain. We go from one captain to another captain. Our guest speaker tonight is Pennsylvania State Police Captain Peter Gutowski. Captain Gutowski is a graduate of the University of Scranton and enlisted with the Pennsylvania State Police in November of 1996. Upon graduation from the academy, he was first assigned to Troop N Swiftwater in Monroe County as a patrol trooper and later joined the Criminal Investigation Unit as an investigator. As he progressed through the ranks, Captain Gutowski was assigned to Troop R Blooming Grove Station, Troop M Bethlehem Headquarters, and Troop R Dunmore Headquarters. He served in a number of supervisory positions, including Patrol Unit and Section Supervisor, Criminal Investigation Unit and Section Supervisor, and as Commander of the Criminal Investigation Section for Troop R Dunmore. Throughout his time in PSP, he led several major case team investigations, including dozens of homicide investigations and hundreds of other high-profile and serious criminal cases. His section, which I was a part of, received state and national award recognition for excellence in criminal investigations. In 2019, he was promoted to the rank of captain and continues to serve in his current assignment as troop commander. Captain Gutowski is responsible for the daily operations and administration of the troop, which encompasses 4 counties and over 2,600 square miles, including over 120 miles of interstate highway. Captain Gutowski has held advisory board positions and is an active member of the International Police of Chiefs, as well as the Lackawanna County and Northeast PA Chiefs of Police Association. I've known Pete 20 years? We're aging ourselves here. He's always been a good friend. We have very similar careers. We have very similar philosophy when it comes to criminal investigation. We're not exactly alike though. Pete is taller than me, but I am younger than him. So it is my pleasure to introduce Captain Gutowski.
For the record, I'd rather be taller than younger any day.
Not 10 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, families, friends, distinguished guests, fellow law enforcement, and most importantly, members of the Lackawanna College Act 120 graduating class 256. Good evening. It's my honor and privilege to be able to speak at your commencement ceremony. Thank you for this tremendous opportunity, and my sincerest congratulations to all of you and your families for what you have achieved. I humbly ask for just a few minutes of your time this evening, and my hope is when I am done that I was able to impart a few words of wisdom and advice that you can all take with you as you are about to embark upon a hopeful lifelong career in one of the greatest jobs on earth. I see there are a lot of proud mothers here tonight. Some quick police humor. A new recruit was interviewing for his first police job. One of the questions asked of him by the chief to gauge his integrity was what he would do if he ever had to arrest his own mother. The new recruit quickly shouted, "Call for backup." In all seriousness, I speak from the heart when I tell you I could not imagine having done anything else in my life other than being a police officer. All jobs pay a salary, but very few jobs offer the richest of life's rewards and fulfillment through public service. No day will ever be like the next, and if you like action, adventure, and adrenaline, you've definitely come to the right place. Most civilians envision the job of police officer as what they see on TV. Maybe save the occasional cat in a tree, handle a few domestic disputes, issue some traffic citations, arrest a few bad guys, etc. But I'm here to tell you being a police officer is so much more. You are now at the precipice of actually living the experience and being part of a brotherhood and family that will never turn their back on you and will be with you until the day you leave this earth. As you and your family sit here tonight, the pride that you all feel is well-deserved and well-earned. Be excited, be enthusiastic, be triumphant for the glorious path you have chosen and the lifetime of service that awaits you. For the honor and nobility of this path is one that few other professions can offer, and one that few men and women will ever dare to take. Yes, you will enforce the law, but you will also be asked to do so much more. You will be marriage counselors, teachers, and the independent voice of reason. You will be a savior to abused children and battered spouses. You will unknowingly be the comfort and security to so many, often just with your presence. You will help the lost find their way. You will make the vulnerable feel secure. You will be role models to children and young adults, and may sometimes even be regarded as superheroes. You will be widely known throughout your neighborhood and will be turned to in times of crisis. You will be advocates of goodwill as you patrol your communities and guard against the wicked. You will locate and return runaway children and missing persons to their loved ones. Sadly, you will sometimes be the messengers of death. You will see all of societal ills, people at their darkest moments, the most heinous of crimes, and unspeakable inhumanity. You will witness trauma, death, and pain and suffering beyond what most citizens can imagine. You will be watched, evaluated, and judged differently than anyone else in your communities. You will be required to live your life to higher standards, exhibit righteousness even when no one else is looking. And you will always be expected to present yourself as an ambassador for your department and for all law enforcement. You will be expected to place yourself in danger or even death on a regular basis and sprint to and confront evil while everyone else is running in the opposite direction. You will be disrespected, called names, spit on, lied to, insulted, and even assaulted. Through all of that, though, you will still ensure justice and always serve your fellow man before yourself. You will make personal sacrifices, too numerous to count. You will miss birthdays, holidays, and anniversaries, and you will be a cop not just when you're working your shifts, but even when you are off duty. You will notice things that others don't, and you will never again sit with your back to a door at a restaurant. You will witness what few others ever will see and must be ready to do it all over again on your next shift. I pray not, but duty may one day, unfortunately, even require you to take a life. Duty will also assuredly, almost assuredly require you to save a life, and duty may even require you to one day give your life. You've chosen a life that few can physically and emotionally endure with the sole reward of making a difference. Society is unfortunately replete with hungry wolves, whose sole mission is to prey upon the herd. Some in society choose to ignore the wolves or pretend they don't exist, but make no mistake, they are there. They live among us, waiting to strike upon the weak and vulnerable. For we are continually reminded through human tragedy that evil exists and must be confronted. You all will be that necessary force that confronts the wolves and that protects the herd. It is an immense duty and responsibility to willfully accept. Many will never understand, as this call to duty is not heard by everyone. It selects us. It is not for the faint of heart or the weak or timid soul. It is only for those who are the bravest and most selfless, and for those who possess the strongest measures of integrity, character, and moral fiber. For all those who have given an oath and carry a badge understand this, that what we have all chosen is a calling, not a job. It's an occupation in name only. Though it's not physical or audible, it is something we have all felt and heard. Each of you graduating tonight have all felt and heard this same indescribable calling. It's why you're here. It is why you voluntarily chose to endure months of personal sacrifice for minimal or no pay and rigorous academic and physical training. You decided not to let anything prevent you from accomplishing the mission of fulfilling your life goal. As you sit here before me, know that you have all received exceptional training to prepare you for what lies ahead. Lackawanna College has provided you with the proper police skills necessary to now begin your individual journeys. Be confident, you are ready. Experience will now become your newest and lifelong teacher. Take it one day at a time, one shift at a time, one call at a time. You will soon be adding layers too numerous to count, and your daily experiences will soon be molding you into well-seasoned and veteran officers. I also want to mention the mere fact that you all sit here before me, having successfully graduated from the program, tells me you all additionally possess the necessary courage, character, instincts, reasoning, common sense, compassion, fairness, and dedication to duty to perform this job and to perform it well. My solemn advice to each of you is to rely heavily on all of these intangibles. You will be using them daily, and they will be highly sharpened over time. They will forever be your guiding lights in the daily rigors and challenges of the job, and they are more powerful than any use of force option on your duty belts or any academic lessons you could learn from the Vehicle or Crimes Code. I also implore you to be dedicated to your departments and your fellow officers. They are your lifelines and your newest family. Take care of one another. Honor is defined in the dictionary as to regard with great respect. To serve with honor is to serve with the greatest respect towards our communities. You will likely encounter hundreds, if not thousands, of people in your careers. For many, it may be their first and only interaction with a police officer in their life. Ask yourself, what impression will you leave with them? Go out and earn your community's respect every day. Never tarnish what you have accomplished or that of your force. For with authority comes tremendous responsibility. Allow humility to be your best friend. Live up to and exceed your oaths of office. Show the highest levels of professionalism, integrity, and respect to our citizens, even when it may be difficult to do so. It's what distinguishes us and galvanizes our collective code of honor. Find the time to train daily with your body and mind. Weave it into your life no matter what. Don't let the bad guys outwork you. Trust me, they will be training too. Prepare for every possible outcome. Rid yourself of hesitation. Feel the confidence in your abilities and stay focused during your shifts. Have a plan and mentally practice it repeatedly. So when it hits the fan, you will react instead of thinking. Avoid shortcuts and always take the higher road, for you will see that there are never any shortcuts to building character. Immerse yourself in your communities, both personally and professionally. Be part of something bigger than yourself and give your best in everything you do. Let the mere mention of your name or the sight of the name tag on your chest speak for your reputation. You're only given one of these, make it count. Leave a footprint on this earth for others to marvel and aspire to. Carry the torch forward from those officers who came before you and forge a path for the next generation of police officers to follow your lead. Be exceptionally proud of who you are and what we all stand for. You are all a most welcome addition to our family. Challenges will be awaiting us each new day, but they will only make us stronger, and we will face them together. Most importantly, stay safe out there. Always watch each other's backs and make it your primary mission to make it home at the end of each shift. Follow this advice, and rather than chasing after it, I promise you, a successful and rewarding career in public service will instead find you. Thank you for your time tonight. I wish you all the best of health, happiness, and success in your lives and careers. May God bless you and keep you all safe.
Thank you, Captain. It's award time. The awards given tonight cover a number of categories, and the recipients are unaware that they will be receiving the award until this very moment. The Driving Proficiency Award is sponsored by the Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. Academy Assistant Director Jerry DeSoy will be presenting this award, and the award goes to Captain Travis Minning. The Handgun Proficiency Award is sponsored by the Northeastern Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. Academy Assistant Jerry DeSoy will also be presenting this award, and the award goes to Captain Travis Minning. The High Scholastic Award goes to the cadet with the highest academic average of all courses combined. This award is presented in memory of former Assistant District Attorney and past Academy Director, Mary Ann Grippo. Assistant Director Jerry DeSoy will be presenting the award, and the award goes to Cadet Thane Mutler. The Trooper Joshua Miller Physical Fitness Award recipient is chosen based on scores of all physical fitness testing throughout the Academy program. Trooper Josh Miller was a graduate of this Academy, and I first met Josh in the late 90s when he was an officer of the Tunkhannock Borough Police Department, and I was stationed at the Tunkhannock Station. Josh joined the State Police in 2002 and was shot and killed in line of duty on June 7th, 2009. Assistant Director DeSoy will be presenting this award, and the award goes to Cadet Nicole DeLise. For the past several years, our Academy has been in collaboration with the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride. This organization is dedicated to the welfare of police officers and first responders while keeping the memory of our fallen comrades alive. Tonight, they are donating a $100 gift certificate for Star Uniform to every graduating cadet to assist them as they commence their careers in law enforcement. On behalf of the entire Academy staff, I would like to thank this organization for their generous contribution to our new graduates. Each cadet will receive their gift certificate as they receive their graduation diplomas. With us tonight, representing the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride, is retired Scranton Police Sergeant Michael Camerata. He will present the certificates to our cadets after they receive their diplomas. Another tradition of the Academy is the presentation to every graduating cadet a challenge coin, which depicts our Academy logo: honor, integrity, and courage. Cadets will receive their challenge coins in individual graduation packets. Our cadets also have the option to have a member of law enforcement or the military present their graduation certificates on stage. I wore a black suit on the hottest day of the year, so I'm a little warm. I now ask Assistant Director Jerry DeSoy to assist me in presenting the certificates. At this time, I would also ask those individuals who will be presenting certificates to please come to the left side of the theater, and Academy Instructor Hughes will assist you with seating.
Cadet Vladimir Vanilla Soto. Cadet Joseph Delaney. Cadet Nicole DeLise. Cadet Cody Finelli. Cadet Adam Fulkerson. Cadet Noah Marks. Cadet Lieutenant Mark Minapace, certificate presented by his brother, Officer Michael Minapace, Cole Township Police Department. Cadet Captain Travis Minning, certificate presented by Chief Ray Psycho III, Shamokin Police Department. Cadet Thane Mutler, certificate presented by his brother Tyson Muethler, Clinton County Corrections. Cadet Robinson Pena. Cadet Jason Price, certificate presented by his father-in-law, Officer Gabriel Shazda, Lehighton Police Department. Cadet Dustin Sable. Cadet Sergeant Amanda Segura. Cadet David Tohill.
Thank you, Assistant Director DeSoy. Every class that graduates from this academy chooses a fallen or deceased officer to whom they dedicate their training and graduation. This tradition underscores the seriousness of their duties performed by law enforcement, as well as the importance of performing with honor and integrity. By doing so, they honor the men and women who have laid down their lives in service to their community. Class 256 has chosen Trooper Martin Mack III of the Pennsylvania State Police, Troop K, Philadelphia, who was killed in the line of duty earlier this year. On March 21st, 2022, Trooper Mack and Trooper Brendan Siska were struck and killed by a suspected drunk driver near mile marker 18 on southbound I-95 in Philadelphia, shortly before 1 a.m. Trooper Mack and Trooper Siska stopped the female driver for speeding and had interacted with her for less than 1 minute when they were notified of a high priority call, a report of a pedestrian walking along the interstate. They immediately responded to the pedestrian call and located the man. As they were assisting him into the back of the patrol vehicle, an approaching car drove by and attempted to pass the police vehicle on the shoulder. The vehicle fatally struck both troopers and the pedestrian they were assisting. The driver who struck them was charged with 3 counts of third-degree murder, 3 counts of homicide by vehicle while driving under the influence, and 2 counts of second-degree manslaughter of a law enforcement officer. She was the same driver they had pulled over by just several minutes earlier. Trooper Mack was a Pennsylvania National Guard veteran and had served with the Pennsylvania State Police for 7.5 years. He is survived by his wife Stephanie and their 2 young daughters, Olivia and Rowan. I am very pleased to announce that Stephanie Mack and her father, Bruce Spencer, drove a great distance today to be present at tonight's graduation. Thank you, Stephanie. It's an honor and a privilege. I ask that Class 256 class officers step forward for the banner ceremony, and I see you are here. The Lackawanna County Police Academy Guidon is adorned with banners bearing the names of fallen officers honored by our cadet classes. It stands at the entrance of our classroom as a reminder to our cadets of those officers who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Assistant Director DeSoy will now present the banner to Captain Minig, who will affix the banner to the guidon. I would like to ask the audience now to please stand for the playing of taps.
Present. Arms. Order. Arms.
You could be seated, thank you. We've come to the end of our program, and again, I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight. Class 256 was very special to me. It was the first Lackawanna College Police Academy class that I had the opportunity to observe from the first day of training to tonight's graduation. There is a common conversation we all hear today about this younger generation. They're lazy, they're entitled, they don't want to do the work. I challenge anyone who holds that opinion to spend a day with the fine young men and women who comprise this class. Over and over, I've received compliments from instructors, academy staff, and college employees about the quality of the cadets from Class 256. They are disciplined, they are polite, they are professional. The only negative thing I can say about them is that they make me feel old when I look at their dates of birth. I am exceedingly proud of all of you. Congratulations. I wish you nothing but long and successful careers. Be good and be safe. Captain Minig, for the final time, please take command of Class 256.
Fast.